how the British Empire became the undisputed master of the seas. And at the heart of this story is a conflict that some call the first true world war, the 7 Years' War. Now, picture this. It's the mid-1700s. Empires are clashing all over the globe, from the forests of North America to the rich trading posts of India. France and Britain are the two heavyweights, duking it out for global supremacy. On land, France was a powerhouse, but on the water, that was Britain's playground. The Royal Navy wasn't just a collection of ships, it was a finely tuned machine of war and global control. So, what was their secret sauce? First, let's talk about the ships themselves. British shipbuilders were masters of their craft. They built sturdy, powerful ships of a line, like the legendary HMS Victory, armed with over 100 cannons. These weren't just floating fortresses, were designed for endurance, capable of spending months, even years, at sea, blockading enemy ports and protecting vital trade routes. But ships are nothing without the sailors. Life in the Royal Navy was tough, no doubt about it. But it forged some of the most skilled and disciplined seamen in the world. They knew how to handle their ships in any weather and how to fire their cannons with terrifying speed and accuracy. This relentless training gave them a massive edge in the heat of battle. Now, let's zoom in on the 7 Years' War, which ran from 1756 to 1763. This is where Britain's naval strategy truly shone. Instead of just fighting France and Europe, Britain played a global game of chess. Admiral Edward Hawke, one of Britain's greatest naval heroes, perfectly demonstrated this strategy. In 1759, at the Battle of Quiberon Bay, he chased the French fleet into a dangerous rocky bay during a raging storm. It was an incredibly risky move, but it paid off spectacularly. Hawke shattered the French fleet, ending any hope they had of invading Britain. This single battle secured the British Isles and allowed Britain to pour more resources into its overseas campaigns. This naval dominance had a massive ripple effect. With the French Navy crippled, Britain could freely transport troops and supplies to its colonies. In North America, this led to pivotal victories like the capture of Quebec, effectively ending French control in Canada. Over in India, the Royal Navy supported the British East India Company, helping Robert Clive defeat French-backed forces at the Battle of Plassey. This laid the foundation for British rule in India for the next 200 years. Essentially, the Royal Navy acted like a global chokehold. They strangled French trade, isolated their colonies, and prevented them from reinforcing their armies abroad. Britain's strategy wasn't just about winning battles at sea. It was about using sea power to win the war on a global scale. By controlling the oceans, they controlled the flow of wealth, soldiers, and power. This mastery of the seas allowed a relatively small island nation to project its influence across the planet and build an empire on which the sun, quite literally, never set. The 7 Years' War was the ultimate proof of a timeless military principle. Whoever controls the seas controls the world. The legacy of Britain's Royal Navy during this era is a fascinating story of technology, strategy, and sheer human grit. What do you think was the most important factor in Britain's naval success? Let me know in the comments below.